The Pro Motocross Championship is presented by Monster Energy, Unleash the Beast, and by Honda and the dominant CRF line of motocrossers. By Geico Motorcycle, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on motorcycle insurance. And by motosport.com, make your next ride your best ride. We're back. Jed Lawrence in recovery mode after a hard run to win the race today at Washougal. And now he gets to soak up some of the cheers from the fans and everything else he could do to try to get some energy back, because he and Chase Sexton pushed hard. We'll get Jason Thomas down with them on the podium in just a moment. There he is.
Well, the man himself, Jed Lawrence. That's 16. We're getting pretty high here. You're having to fight for it, though. Chase put up a great battle there, and they're testing you every step of the way, but still, what an incredible rookie season. Washougal is not a race that you've won a moto at, let alone two. So, yeah, pretty good day, I would have to say.
Yeah, you know, it's the first time for everything, you know, so I was just pumped to get that, was able to make my way around Chase at that start. I was pushing hard because I'm like, oh, damn it, he got a good jump. But so, no, I was kind of like a little down on myself. I'm like, I hope he's feeling as much as I am right now. But no, it was a good battle, and I'm going down again. So it's a bummer, but I was just good to capitalize on that. And yeah, 16-0, it's an unreal rookie season. So yeah, it's sick. And that one's for Mertz. It's his birthday. He just turned the big 4-0. So that was for him. So happy birthday, Lucas.
Congratulations.
And Lucas Myrtle, that is his agent, was a big part of getting the Lawrence brothers over to America. And now you can see the fruits of this labor. Another 1-1 and a perfect season thus far. You look at the results. Sexton second with a 2-2. Anderson 2 fourths, equal a third today, because Ferrandis went 3-5. They scored the same amount of championship points, but the better second moto was the tiebreaker. Plessinger, Cianciarulo, Marchbanks, Masterpool, Nicoletti, and Nichols, 10-10. 28 points scored for Nichols. That's going to help him huge in his bid to get into the Super Motocross playoffs. Well done, Colt. On the number 45, you can win a two-stroke of your own, kind of like the one Carson Brown rode today. To win the two-stroke race within a race, go to motosport.com/win or scan the QR code on your screen. Big thanks to Motosport for putting together the ultimate two-stroke sweepstakes. We'll wait on the podium here. These guys are tired. Give you the point standings. Lawrence up to 95 points, so it is getting closer and closer to him being able to wrap this championship up early. Plessinger is third in points. Cianciarulo, Sexton, fifth. They're missing 3 races. Ty Masterpool remains sixth. Marchbanks, Norin, Webb drifting back. He will not race any more Pro Motocross. Maybe we get him back for the playoffs. And Jose Butron, the veteran out of Spain, is 10th. Those are your Geico Motorcycle standings. So that's going to do it here for our coverage. Well done, Chase Sexton, to bring that challenge to Jed Lawrence, and equally well done for Jed Lawrence to hold them at bay and keep the perfect season alive. And how about young Hayden Deegan down the stretch, showing the heart and the desire. He gets the first 1-1 of his career and the first of anyone in the 250 class this season to keep his championship hopes alive. Now it's 2 weeks off. We'll see you in New York State in a couple of weeks. For James Stewart and Jason Thomas, I'm Jason Wycat. So long. And we continue our coverage here on Peacock and the Super Motocross Video Pass, our post-race show. So we'll be able to give you the rest of the podium situation here. I'm going to sign off for the USA television audience, because we did have that red flag and restart. Looks like we got Chase Sexton in a moment. We'll get his side of the story as we send it back down to the podium where Jason Thomas is waiting.
Well, Chase Sexton, we got to stop meeting like this. I know you're frustrated, but you guys were riding so well, and it felt like the track only had so much in it. And to catch him and pass him, you're going to have to try to push that limit a little bit, and unfortunately, he went down.
Yeah, I was starting to get a little closer towards the later stage of that race, and came into that corner and just stalled it and fell over, obviously. So it was a good ride for me. I felt like I had good speed and could really put a charge in and catch him, but didn't really know where I was going to be able to pass at. So track was good. It was rougher this year than it has been, and a little bit different. So overall, it was a solid weekend. Obviously not what we wanted, but my riding's been good. So just keep plugging away and trying to improve in these next 3 weeks off and coming to Unadilla swinging. But crowd was awesome today. You guys are really motivating those last couple laps. So appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in Unadilla.
See you there.
There's Sexton. He is still, by a huge margin, the leader in the combined standings. He is the Monster Energy Supercross champion already, and moving back up in these motocross standings each week. He has the most points of anyone. When you combine the points, Plessinger, Webb, Cianciarulo, Lawrence, top 5. And what this is the seeding for the playoffs. If it ends like this, Sexton will begin the playoffs with the equivalent of 1 race win, 25 points. That will be his bonus for having been the best rider overall in both series throughout the regular season. Maybe we'll get Justin Barsha back. See, he's back 10 points. Maybe we get him back at Unadilla. 3 weeks off, 2 weekends. Plenty of time for these riders to get back into shape, come back, and maybe score more points. Okay, so we got more to do here on our post-race show for the motorsport.com Washougal National, and we'll get some more stories from the podium. Jason Anderson actually ended up 3rd overall today. Plessinger 3rd in that moto. And like we said, Anderson was able to edge out Ferrandis with the tiebreaker of the better 2nd moto. All right, let's send it back down to Jason Thomas.
Well, Jason Anderson, we knew this was coming. You were building on it. You got 3rd place in a first moto at Spring Creek, and then you follow that up, get the job done, and welcome back to the podium.
Yeah, you know, it's been a long year, you know, getting hurt and then coming back, and these outdoors don't get any easier, you know, as the years go on. I'm getting older, but I'm enjoying it. I still want to be in the battle with these guys, but right now this 3rd place is a success for me. So thanks to the whole team. My daughter Siggy was with me, my wife Kenzie, and we had a good time today. Thanks.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that was a lot of work for Anderson to get back to the level of a podium guy in motocross, coming back from a fracture in his neck, actually, late in the season in Supercross. We got the playoffs coming up. We've been talking about them quite a bit. Only 3 races remain before the playoffs begin. We've never had playoffs in this sport. SuperMotocross World Championship starts in Charlotte, September 9th at ZMAX Dragway. And then Chicagoland Speedway, September 16th. And then LA Memorial Coliseum. And now let's hear the crowd for AP7.
Well, Aaron Plessinger, I feel like I should just give you my microphone and just let you go. But great ride there. You get out front, you hear the chants. These people love you, and you're leading laps there. Rough first moto, but what a bounce back ride there in the second one.
Yeah, man, I really don't know what I was doing in that first moto. I mean, and then that second moto was a miracle ride. I mean, it was, I don't know where it came from. Got to thank the Lord for that one, because it came out of nowhere. And yeah, 2 great starts with the red flag too. And I mean, man, these fans, when I was out in the lead, I can't even explain it. I mean, they had me almost not hear my bike, and it's crazy, man. I feel like I'm a local up here, and I mean, these fans, I can't thank them enough. It's great to be up here, and yeah, that was a great moto. I got to thank the team. You know, my smoking hot wife back home, Red Bull Factory KTM, you know, everybody, Thor, Parts Unlimited, Alpine Star, yeah, baby, let's go. Yeah, we get 2 weeks off, so I'm looking forward to it. Go hang out with the family and do some cool stuff, and yeah, I mean,
A Weege, this guy sure does make the sport fun.
No doubt about it. And he's really good at our next track at Unadilla also. Maybe you can put it up on the box again there, and we'll get a similar reaction.
You got to love it. That's what I love about racing. I mean, he didn't even get an explanation because he didn't know why. I don't even know why this happened. It was a lucky ride. I don't know what happened the first moto, but that's Aaron Plessinger, man. Great job. I don't know if he's happier because he was up on the podium, or happy he got 2 weeks off.
2 weeks off. What about leading some laps? Pumped on that too. It was a good day all around for him.
Talking about Chase being able to win, he's the only person that led laps.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So there's more to come from the podium. There's Rob Bidas, our live PA announcer here from Washougal, and there'll still be some champagne. Welcome to the SMX Insider post-race show. Jason Wygant, James Stewart, and Jason Thomas to give you the coverage here from the motosport.com Washougal National. Basically anything they say or do down there, the crowd cheers for. I love it late in the day at some of these nationals. We were talking about this at Southwick. Eventually they just cheer anything. The fans are just having such a good time, they'll just cheer him for anything. Anderson's back up there. They just cheered him. They'll cheer him again.
Well, you know what I like?
The number plates on the trophy. Well done. Look at that. He's got a 21 ready to go.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Thinking ahead.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, they stepping the trophies out. What's up back when I won all these races?
You had these, did you?
No, they didn't. It's all right. I'm not jelly.
No.
Give me one.
Not at all. These guys work hard. It's the only part that's tough about it. That's a heck of a block of wood right there.
I do know, pick these trophies up at the race. I mean, they're nice, they're big, but you're like, come on, dude. Like, come on. The arms are shaking, and you don't want to, like, flinch. I don't want to see RC seeing my arms. Like, hey, like, I'm strong, but.
Oh, you got to show everybody you got something left.
I'm so tired. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a little competition between the tracks. They'll get a free ad at the end of the year. Racer X, the magazine, they vote on the best trophy, and the track gets a free ad. So they really step up the game, each track trying to outdo each other with the trophies. Unfortunately, I guess they didn't have that back when you were racing.
Yeah.
So you didn't get any of the good stuff.
Davey, what up, man? You're slacking. You should have gave ads away. If that's what it took, I would have put them in there. I would have bought my ad.
Yeah, you would have bought a free ad just to get better trophies.
Yeah,
you had 12 in 2008, but
yeah,
it wasn't like that. All right, now it's champagne time. Let's do it.
Apparently, I adopted that kid earlier. He said, can you adopt me?
Oh, yeah, he's got the vlog. I watched it from everybody. He gets the inside scoop. Oh, yeah. All right, that's it for our 450 podium celebration. Let's get to some highlights from the Washougal National. We'll start with the 250 class, and a very interesting day as we come into racing, as Hunter Lawrence got the drop on everyone at the previous race. And here's what it looked like at Washougal, Washington, the beautiful fir trees. Great place to watch racing. For the riders, though, it is very, very tricky. There is Hunter Lawrence, your series leader, coming into this one, and he said at the beginning of it, doesn't matter what happened in the past, has to perform today. And the rest of this 250 division knew they were going to have to try to get the momentum back before he pulled away. And it was a whole bunch of Yamahas up front in Moto number 1.
Yeah, speaking of drop, that gate was the first thing that dropped. It was a quick one. Hunter Lawrence said after the race he got caught off. It dropped, seemed quicker than most, but it was Hayden Deegan out with the lead along with his teammate Levi Kitchen and Justin Cooper. But a crazy incident for Austin Faulkner. He was able to get up and finish and actually get back in 21st, which just shows a lot how much heart that kid has. But it was scary to watch him. And then same thing with Seth Handmaker, and you can see them, they're falling like dominoes. This is in those shadows, and then we see Tom be out. We didn't catch the crash, but we caught the aftermath and didn't look good.
Oh, look at the left side of the handlebar. The controls are gone on it. The Owl banged up and out for the day. It's the rider that won a race 2 weeks ago in Massachusetts. So Hunter Lawrence, not a great start. Got kind of caught by surprise with that quick drop of the gate. Here he gets around Seth Hammaker. Now he's starting to begin the moves.
Yeah, it's going to be a kind of a theme of the day. Guys getting stuck behind other guys, you're going to have to make the move. And Hunter Lawrence had this section figured out. I think they were able to keep him in the other parts, and then it's a slower part. So when you start getting back in this open where these whoops, I think he was showing them the fast way around, which he does that to Justin Cooper. So nice outside-inside pass. That's the Washougal. Kind of caught Justin sleeping, but somebody that wasn't sleeping was this kid right here.
No, what a bounce back by Hayden Deegan. 5-8 in the races last week. He wins the first moto this week to reestablish his championship bid, and more Yamahas up front off the start in Moto 2. This time it's Justin Cooper, Levi Kitchen, and then Deegan.
Yeah, Justin Cooper, after the first moto, he said he was kind of disappointed in his ride, wasn't too aggressive. Well, you have to be aggressive if you're out front. You got your teammate Levi Kitchen behind you, and Justin at one point, he was pulling away. He was able to get a gap. And then now you're seeing this is where the battle, this is where things change for Hunter Lawrence, going in and out of shadows as we talked all day, and he just loses the front end. I do believe because of shadows and he couldn't see, but then I think that woke up Hayden Deegan, and what he did from there, it was, you can talk about it, Jason.
Yeah, 4 seconds faster than anyone late in the game. He catches and leaves his teammate. The pass here, getting around Justin Cooper. bye-bye. And now Hayden Deegan is heading to a 1-1. His first 1-1 ever, and the first 1-1 for anyone this year.
No, he was passing Levi.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but he basically did the same thing to his teammate Justin Cooper. And when we talk about guys that's finding the flow, you see Justin Cooper look over. I mean, Hayden almost looked out. And when you say confidence of just like, I'm owning this thing, when you do an outside pass around the inside of a guy, that just shows a lot. And Hayden Deegan was in beast mode. And what he was able to do was the first person to do it all year long.
Yeah, that 1-1, scoring maximum points and passing a key championship rival. And there is the congratulations from his dad, Brian. That's what they wanted. After 4 motos in a row off the podium, he's in the center of it here at Washougal. Hunter is able to recover and finish 4th in that moto to get on the podium along with Justin Cooper. Cooper 2nd overall, Hunter 3rd. Hampshire 4-5 for 4th. Kitchen 8-3 for 5th. Hamaker, Shimoda, Voland, Mumford, and Pierce Brown starting to round into form, coming back from injury for the TLD Red Bull Gas team, ends up in 10th. So those are the results. Hayden Deegan, I didn't know if I saw this coming. With a rookie, you never know if he can sustain it all year, but it looks like he's in it for the long haul. And when you look at the point standings, which we'll have next, only 3 points in it between Lawrence and Deegan with 6 motos left. This is going to be a great stretch run. Here's the standings.
Yeah, 3 points, and it's bigger than just the points. I mean, actually, Justin Cooper was able to make up points on Hunter Lawrence, but the difference is what we saw by the way Hayden Deegan was riding. That I don't think if Hunter Lawrence, if he would have rode that way, Hunter Lawrence wouldn't have beat him that moto. But the fact that Hunter went down, Deegan won that first moto, and then he started coming up, and the way he caught Justin Cooper and went around Levi, it's like you woke up a beast, and that kid was having some fun. And yeah, this is going to be great. So great bounce back ride. Hunter sent the message. Deegan got it. He didn't like it. He sent it back this weekend.
He did, even with some of the words in the podium saying little pressure on Hunter Lawrence is the one who's supposed to be winning these races. Hayden not afraid to throw some spice into the comments on the podium.
Guy supposed to win, but he ain't, because I'm doing that. And again, he was the first person to go 1-1 all year, and that's crazy to think how dominant Hunter's been this year, that Hayden's the first person to go 1-1.
Now when we combine the points, this is Supermotocross, Supercross, and Motocross together. Big lead for Hunter Lawrence, who won a 250 Supercross title earlier in the year. Deegan, Hampshire, Kitchen, Shimoda. That is the top 5 in combined points. Good job by Shimoda, by the way, who missed most of Supercross to get all the way up to 5th now in combined points because of his strong runs here in Motocross. Volan, Vial, Cooper, 0 points scored in Supercross because he could not race a 250 there. He is 8th overall. Jordan Smith is idled right now with injury. Jet Lawrence is still top 10, even without 250 motocross points. And that's it for the 250 division from Washougal. Let's go to the 450 highlights now from Washougal. Everyone anticipating a battle in Chase Sexton, who has won this race on a 450 the last 2 years, and the amazing rookie season of Jet Lawrence, who has yet to lose a race this year. Here he is signing some autographs. Got the Jets and Donuts backpack there for those fans, and a selfie, of course. Having fun off the racetrack. It is serious business on it. He got a good jump here, but it's Dylan Ferrandis going to control it early. Yeah, Dylan Ferrandis got a great jump, and just like his teammate in the lights class, the Yamaha was able to get up front, and we saw it was a staple all day. Once, guys, it was really hard for everybody to make up time, but also pass. And so Dylan was able to lead a couple laps on this, and Jet Lawrence goes up the inside, on the outside of him, and then squares him up, kind of catches Dylan. I wouldn't say sleeping, but kind of tricked Dylan, and once he was able to get around him, he put in some hot laps, got a little gap, and as I said, it's hard to make up time, and Chase couldn't make that up, and that was kind of into that race. But yeah, here's Sexton working on Ferrandis for 2nd, but at this point, Lawrence is already pulling away. This is a great pass by Sexton. Yeah, it's one of those passes that you remember as a childhood. You go around the outside. Chase was riding good. He rode good all day long, but this first motor, he allowed Jet to get a little far, too far away from him, and Jet was able to ride away. But the second moto had a different story to that one. Yep, so here it is, 15-0 now for Jet Lawrence, still undefeated. And it looks like he had everybody covered, but moto number 2 would be a little bit different. First of all, we had a gate malfunction. We restarted the race. Sexton a great start, but he's going to get edged out. Aaron Plessinger to the lead. Yeah, and I was really impressed. Just impressed with Jet not moving on that restart. I was impressed with Chase to be able to bounce back along with Jason Anderson to focus enough to get ahead of him. But if you once we listen to the interview from Jet Lawrence,
this pass that he was able to make on Chase Sexton, you don't realize how important that was, and kind of dictated this whole race, and he said that. But Aaron Plessinger, no, that's not JS, and I don't know where this guy came from. He doesn't even know where he came from, but it was good, and he's led more laps than anybody, probably double, triple as many laps as anybody outside of Dylan Ferrandis. But yeah, once Jet got around him, then Chase made the move and got around Aaron as well, which ran in 3rd place, and then the race was on.
Yeah, and Sexton a little bit closer as he makes this daring pass around the outside, closer to Lawrence when he got in the second in this moto than Moto 1. And then he had the speed to even inch up or at least maintain the gap. And it was this type of battle the whole way.
Yeah, Chase was able to stay really close, and there was times that he got closer to Jet. But then this is where it went down. And as we were talking, we thought he lost the front end. But as you see the replay, at one point I'm like, I think he hit neutral. Well, comes out, he stalls the motorcycle and falls over. But at the end of the day, you got to be proud of Chase. But at the end of the day, 16-0.
Yep, that's the bottom line. And Sexton charged all the way down to the end to get it back to 3 seconds at the finish line. He was down 9.8 after he fell. And Chet Lawrence said, I hope he was feeling it as much as I am, because those guys left it all on the racetrack. And Anderson with the 4.4 ends up 3rd overall. We'll show you the results here in a moment, as the riders get to enjoy the trophies and the great scenery out here in the Pacific Northwest. So there's Anderson, 3rd overall. What an effort for Anderson to get all the way back to the podium. Just a couple races back after injury. Ferrandis gets edged out. He had the whole shot in that second moto, but they red flagged and restarted the race. The start wasn't as good the second time. He ends up 5th for 4th overall. And Plessinger's rebound in Moto 2 puts him in 5th overall with 7.3 scores. Said, I don't know what I was doing in Moto 1, and I don't know where that ride came from in Moto 2. Here's your Geico Motorcycle point standings. Lawrence is threatening now to wrap this up very, very early. He can get it to 100 points. That is the maximum amount of points you could score in 4 motos. So there is a chance that he wraps it at our next race at Unadilla. But there's a long time between now and then, with 3 weeks and 2 weekends off. Plessinger 3rd in points, Cianciarulo. Sexton missed 3 races, but is still 5th in the standings. And this is a tradition we have this year. The race winners sign the backdrop, and then Road to Recovery will auction that off. I mean, if you got a man cave or a garage at home, can you imagine having that thing hanging on the wall?
It'd be awesome. And if you notice, if we get a wide shot, you probably see all of them on that one side, that right side. It's going to have the same signature on it. That's Jet Lawrence. I told him he should get a stamp on it. Make it a lot easier.
Make it easier. Yeah, he's tired now. Here's the combined standings. Super Motocross with Sexton way out front. Plessinger 2nd. Webb is 3rd for now, but he's not racing the rest of the motocross campaign. So we'll see if he can hold on to that spot. Cianciarulo, credit to him. He's raced as many 450 races as anyone else this year, and he's 4th in the combined standings. And the playoffs begin September 9th. We've never had this in this sport before. The idea is to build hybrid tracks that feel a little bit like motocross, a little bit like supercross. How's it all going to turn out? 2-moto format there. We really don't know. Maybe that's the most exciting part. Even the riders not exactly sure how to prepare for those. That'll be September 9th, 16th, and 23rd. Get your tickets now. And there is trackside camping at those first 2 races to give you that motocross feel like we had here at Washougal. Well, I was worried. We started the day with a lot of hype over Chase Sexton. Had won this race on a 450 the last 2 years. He was pretty close to Jet last weekend. Maybe we had something. We did not in the first moto. I'm like, maybe that was not hype. Maybe that was not reality. Moto 2, Chase brought it, and we had the battle. It was exciting.
Yeah, we finally got that race that we thought we were going to get at Red Bud. Chase Sexton bouncing back, and it was big for him because we all kind of came in thinking that if you had a shot at beating Jet, it was going to be this weekend. If somehow what we saw at Southwick in the last couple of weeks would have happened, then it would have been difficult for him, even moving forward to after 2 weeks off. But he was able to bounce back. He said he made some changes on the bike. I'd be interested to see what those were. He looked better, and he had the rookie. They both was on the ropes. They were Muhammad Ali, Foreman. They were punching. They were going at it. But you know, Chase made the mistake, and you heard Jet say after that he was hoping that Chase was feeling the way he did as he was out there riding. So that tells you how close they were to both of them, you know, making a mistake. And but Jet was able to hold on to it, and then. Boy, that 250 class, whoa. Aiden Deegan. Yeah, I don't know if we expected that. I mean, I felt like maybe somebody else will win, but that performance that kid did today, I mean, it's the most impressive one I've seen out of anybody this year. And, yeah, I can't wait to get to Unadilla.
Yeah, we knew he was for real. He's even really, really for real now. Let's go back trackside and get some analysis from Jason Thomas.
Well, James, you nailed it with Hayden Deegan. And think about those laps late in the moto. They were doing the 218s, 219s, 220s, and then out of nowhere, Hayden Deegan goes to 215. Now contrast that to the 450 guys, the best riders in the world. Jet Lawrence, 16-0. Chase Sexton, your Monster Energy Supercross champion. They were lapping in the 218s and 219s on a very similar racetrack. So that shows you the level that Hayden Deegan's able to go to. And I don't know if today was a breakthrough. I don't know if we should expect this moving forward, but I think everybody should take notice of exactly what we saw this afternoon from the 238.
Yeah, I agree, JT. And the most impressive part to me is that 215 you said. I do believe that's maybe the fastest or just as fast as what we just saw in that 450
Yeah, it was
class.
right there with Jet's best time.
With those two, and it was at the end of the moto. So the tracks are very similar, but that kid found something. He woke up some kind of beast. But yeah, here it is, Jason, the upcoming schedule.
Yeah, well, that really sets the table for this, your 100% upcoming schedule. We have 2 weekends and 3 weeks off as the motocross industry heads to Loretta Lynn's for the Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Championship. Then we resume at Unadilla, the legendary track in upstate New York. We'll have you and Ricky Carmichael in the booth with me, and Jason Thomas and Will Christian reporting from the track, because we will have coverage on NBC. You can watch Race Day Live presented by motorsport.com, 10 a.m. Eastern on Peacock or the Supermotocross Video Pass. Peacock has coverage of the first motos. Second motos will be on NBC and Peacock as well. And we'll have a encore presentation you can watch on TV as well. Supermotocross.com for all the information on the schedule for these races. Unadilla, man, some crazy stuff has happened there over the years. You know it. And the way this series is setting up, you got to tune in. Who knows what's going next?
Yeah, last time I was there with Ricky Carmichael, I was on top of him. So we're going to be good to be back.
All right, they're on top of the booth. Just be cool. Just be cool. Yeah, that'll be a wild one at Unadilla. Hayden Deegan fires back in the 250 class, and Jet Lawrence outlasts the challenge from Chase Sexton in the 450s. Thanks for watching the SMX Insider post-race show. See you in a couple weeks.